Welcome to Mainland, your local regional television station. I'm Tanya Omar, and some of the stories coming up in today's news: Sunday robber sought, Southern Link referendum suggested, Caver documentary maker surfaces, and more. Nelson police are seeking witnesses to a street robbery which occurred at approximately 1:30 a.m. on Sunday 8th of May 2016 near the Montgomery car park in Nelson. Police are looking for a bifold dark blue wallet with a dark blue and red stripe through the middle. It contained a driver's license and miscellaneous cards and was possibly discarded in the Hardy Street, Trafalgar Street, Church Lane vicinity after being taken from the victim. Any information can be provided anonymously to the organisation Crime Stoppers on 0800 555 111 or to Nelson Police on 03 546 3840. Kawatiri Junction has been in the news again this week after a tanker driver was killed after his heavy vehicle crashed off the road north of Kawatiri near Glenhope in the Tasman district on Tuesday afternoon. Emergency services were first notified around 2:50 p.m. and closed State Highway 6 to traffic flow around 5 p.m, which remained closed for around 7 hours while traffic was diverted via Koreri Top House Road and onto State Highway 63 in St Arnaud. State Highway 6 near Kawatiri Junction was reopened just before midnight after heavy machinery has been brought in to remove the tanker. The police serious crash unit are investigating as to why the vehicle left the road just before 3 p.m. on Tuesday, as it appears no other vehicle was involved. The deceased tanker driver has been named as Eric Heath from Timaru. What does Mount Owen, Bulmer, Stony Pot and Nettlebed all have in common? Local caver Kieran Mackay, of course, and he caught up with Chrissy Small over coffee about his latest venture he's been working on, a documentary called Beneath the Mountain.
Kieran, your documentary on the Bulmer cave system. Tell me, how's it gone, and tell me a bit about what people can expect to see in it.
It hasn't been quite as much of a nightmare as I expected it to be. Right, having a good machine to edit on has been really amazing. So it's been actually quite good fun to edit. It's about just under 40 minutes long, and it's pretty much the story. It's a bit of history of the caving on the northern side of Mount Owen, and also our expedition that took part in February. And you'll definitely see a little bit of fun camp life and some pretty exciting caving, some nice tight squeezes and a bit of cave diving, and it all kind of hangs in the air at the end.
Wow, and so, okay, and I know that you've got footage, you've got archival footage, really. Tell me a bit about that. Have you used it in the documentary?
Yeah, some wonderful footage from back in the late 50s and early 60s. Amazing. It's just so incredible that the people actually took some cameras up there and took this amazing colour film, and it's all been digitally refixed up by some people up in the Waitomwa Caves Museum, and it's fantastic. Yeah, I reckon it makes the story, actually. These people going up there with using ladders and ropes and flying in the old helicopters and stuff, it's just amazing. Yeah, it's really exciting to have it.
Right, and I believe you've got a bit of stunning footage of an old, was it a safe air type of Bristol freighter flying through the canyons there. That looks a bit stunning.
Oh, it's amazing. Like in the early days, they tried carrying this stuff up, and because it had so much kit, it was actually really hard work carrying it. So one of the guys had a contact with the local Air Force, someone in the Air Force, who lived locally, and he said, "Oh yeah, I think I could do this." So they got a Bristol freighter and put the gear in it and flew down an amazing flight down this valley and threw the gear out the window, basically at the door, and parachuted it all in. It was amazing. It's incredible shot, incredible sequence.
Okay, so when will it be available for people to see, Kieran, and where will they see it?
Well, the world premiere, it's a really nice name for it, it's pretty exciting, world premiere, it's going to be at the Wanaka Mountain Film Festival in July. After that, it's going to be available on YouTube, and also we're doing a bit of a tour around the country with the film, and we're just to raise money basically for our expeditions, for our future expeditions.
Great. Well, hopefully you'll let Mainland show it once it's run its course.
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to. Yeah, that'd be really, really cool, actually. Yeah, yeah.
So tell me, what is going on? I mean, you've been out caving again this last weekend.
Yeah.
Any new discoveries?
No, this wasn't actually an exploration trip. Well, I suppose every caving trip I go on is potentially an exploration trip, but it's more just taking a couple of friends through the Stormy Pot Nettlebed system. And that's an amazing through trip. We start high on Mount Arthur, go down through basically the bowels of Mount Arthur and come out in the Pierce Valley. And one of the best caving trips I've ever done in my life. It's amazing. It's really good fun. Lots of abseiling, beautiful big chambers, rivers to wade and swim through, and squeezes to go through, and you end up in the bush down the bottom of the mountain. It's a really incredible trip.
Now, we've had a rather dry summer, which I guess has made things a bit easier as far as caving goes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. One of the big problems, especially on the North Owen place where we're exploring, is water levels. And there's a couple of caves that would definitely, the passages we're exploring would be completely flooded if it had been raining. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. But so, yeah, the dry conditions have helped us big time.
When you go in, I guess you're looking at the weather conditions beforehand just to make sure that you're not going to suddenly end up with flooding while you're down there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, luckily, the weather forecasting's pretty good, so we can kind of, we can say, well, it's going to be 2 days of no rain, we'll just go for it. Yeah.
Okay, Kieran, now, have you been approached about doing tourism caving down there?
Oh, everyone asked this question. No, it's not really caves that are that good for tourist trips. No, it's you have to be quite really fit. You've got to be really good at technical stuff like abseiling and stuff. So it's not actually for beginners. And
No.
yeah, I love to start up. Love to take people caving. I really enjoy it, but do it in a little bit easier caves, a little bit closer to home.
Last time we caught up at Whenua ET, training up some of the armed forces to take them on one of those caving trips. How did that go?
Oh, those guys are amazing. You just teach them skills and they just go for it. And we went to a cave called Ed Cellar up on Takaka Hill. Then we did the through trip of Harwards. Well, they did the through trip of Harwards after just using all their skills that we taught them. And long day, very long day for them, but just absolutely thrilling for them. Really, really amazing. And for their leadership program, just perfect because it really kind of pushes them pretty hard.
Sure, and I guess, when you go into a cave, it has to be a bit of a team effort, doesn't it?
Oh, for sure. I do a lot of caving by myself, but really the best aspects of it are actually caving with other people and finding stuff with other people, and you're carrying gear for each other and you're looking after each other, and that's really the highlights for me. These days, it's the highlights for me is working together with other people underground.
Okay, so maybe not immediately, but maybe sometime in the future you might do extreme caving expeditions for those more experienced, do you think?
Yeah, it's in the pipeline. We're definitely thinking about trying to get a little caving business going. I used to have one up in Waitomo, and it was really, really good. Really enjoyed it. It's just got to take things slowly, and if all the right things fall into place, we'll go for it. Yes.
Yeah. Well, you're a very busy chap anyway, so I guess it's finding the time. Yeah,
it is actually. It's running caving expeditions, organising caving expeditions, and going on all these other exploration trips. It just takes up most of my time, and then also hanging out with my wife too, which I really enjoy as well. That takes up a lot of time, a lot of wonderful time as well. So trying to balance those things is quite difficult.
Do you get asked to go to many schools around the region to talk about what it is you're doing?
I don't actually. I have spoken at many schools, and I'd love to. It's something I really, really would like to do. I'm more than happy to take the time out and go and speak to schools. If there's any schools out there that want someone to come and speak to their outdoor ed class or their geography class or something, any class, I'm more than happy to come and do it.
Yeah, well, what age were you when you first actually got into caving?
My first caving trip when I was about 6 years old, and that was to the tourist caves in Waitomo, and one of the caves just completely blew my mind, really, it changed my life. And I went really properly caving when I was about 14 years old, and that was changed my life completely. Yeah. Much to my poor parents. Caving was going to be my direction after that.
So I guess you've contributed to a few grey hairs on their head?
I think so, yes.
So Kieran, what do you tell people who want to actually give caving a go? How do they even begin?
Oh, it's a good question, that one. Really good question, because this weekend coming up is actually is an introductory caving course run by the local club. So all the members are getting together up on Tahig Hill, in their hut on Tahig Hill, and they're basically saying to everyone, come along, come along, we want to know about caving, come along and join us. So, yeah, the local caving club running this introductory caving course, and if you want to know anything about caving or never been caving before, want to give it a go, I'd recommend coming along.
We haven't got a shortage of caves around here, have we?
Oh, this is the caving mecca of New Zealand. It's incredible. From deep vertical caves to lovely big long horizontal caves, and all within half a day's drive of here. It's just fantastic.
Have you come across any really interesting finds in some of these caves?
Well, what I find interesting, what other people find interesting, is probably quite different. To me, walking down something that's never been walked into before, that to me is fascinating. But we do come across lots of bones. More bones. We get kakapo bones. There's been arched eagle bones being found as well up in the mountains here, which have been pretty exciting. Wow. Yeah, so as far as fossils and subfossils go, we find those all the time. I suppose for me that's fascinating.
Nelson mayoral candidate and City Councillor Pete Rainey is calling for a referendum on the controversial issue of a new highway for Nelson City. His request has caused Nelson MP Nick Smith to bite back, saying that Rainey has realised his anti-Southern Link position was a liability in the mayoralty race, and that to call for a referendum on the controversial road will give him an escape route on the issue ahead of the local body election. Rainey has said there is no question that Nelson has a traffic congestion problem, and he wants to get a clear view from the people of the city on where they stand. He said all surveys to date on what people want have been quite simply unscientific. He claims council don't know what the people of Nelson City want, and the current NZTA investigation won't tell council that either. He said people clearly want to have a say, and he wants to give it to them. Rainey is making the call for a referendum now so it can be included with the postal vote in the October election, making what he says is a cost-effective way to make it happen. He will be meeting with the Council Chief Executive this week to advance the inclusion of the referendum when voting papers go out in September. Rainey said it needs to be put as a clear question with a yes or no answer on whether a new highway should be built down the railway reserve. We asked people in Richmond this week their thoughts on a referendum. What do you think about having a referendum on the Southern Link in the local body elections?
Well, I'm all for the Southern Link, having to travel through the peak traffic and the other two ways to town. I'm all for it. A referendum, I think, will probably be totally skewed because lots of people don't want it just because it's not on their backyard.
Oh, I don't know anything about it.
Yep, yeah, go along with that.
I don't know what that is either.
I don't know much about that.
A longer Heaphy Track mountain biking season is being proposed. The Department of Conservation is inviting people to have their say through written submissions on a proposal to extend the Heaphy Track mountain biking season from its current 5 months to 8 months. Mountain biking has contributed to the numbers of people journeying on the Heaphy Track increasing by 37.5%, from 4,992 people in the 2008-2009 financial year, before the mountain biking started, to 6,857 people in 2014 to 2015. The 78-kilometre Heaphy Track is suited to mountain bikers with advanced skills, Grade 4. However, expert Grade 5 technical skills can be required in wet and cold weather. DOC is proposing an increase for the mountain biking season on the Kahurangi National Park track to 1st of April to 30th of November, but excluding the 4 days of Easter from the current May 1st to the 30th of September. The proposed mountain biking season extension would give mountain bikers 3 additional warmer months in which to ride the Heaphy Track. DOC is carrying out a partial review of the Kahurangi National Park Management Plan, specifically to consider lengthening the Heaphy Track mountain biking season. Submissions can be made until 12th of July. Information about the proposed extension and an online submission form can be found on the DOC website at doc.govt.nz/Kahurangi Amendment. In Tuesday's news, I spoke to local representative for landlords, Glenn Morris, who is Secretary of the Property Investors Association in Nelson. Talked to him about the bill before Parliament, the Healthy Homes Guarantee Bill. He voiced his concerns, which included landlords having to infringe on people's privacy. I went out and asked some people their thoughts on the bill. What is your opinion on the Healthy Homes Bill currently before Parliament?
Well, we all need to live in a healthy home, don't we? How has this been allowed to happen? All these leaky homes in Auckland and around there. Isn't there a building inspector? What's he doing about it?
Well, I lived in a house that had absolutely no heating, and it was the middle of winter. I was outside at 2 o'clock in the morning and it was warmer out there than inside.
I haven't seen anything about that.
Well, yes, everybody needs a nice, cosy, warm house to live in.
It's good. It's good.
After the break, we'll bring you the latest weather update and some events and happenings coming up from around the region.
Hi there, Julian Toon, Waimea Telecommunications. We install and maintain domestic and commercial satellite TV, UHF Freeview and Mainland TV installations in the Nelson, Tasman regions. We specialise in Panasonic telephone systems and provide communications, Wi-Fi, IT and wiring for internet, fibre, computers and DSL systems. At Waimea Telecommunications, we also provide specialist electronic systems for features such as a security camera you can watch on your TV, visitor alert systems and much more. Improve your security and communication and entertainment today. Call us on Waimea Telecommunications on 021 472297, ytel.co.nz.
Nelson Tire Center. Great prices, great service. Buy your own Bryford trailer. All types, all sizes. See Colin Douglas for your tires and batteries.
Are you looking for a scooter, walker, wheelchair, baby seats or pushchairs? Then come in and see the Nelson Region Specialist at Mobility for You, 269 Queen Street, Richmond, opposite the library. We have a huge selection of scooters, walkers, wheelchairs and accessories, along with a free booklet guide. We also provide a breakdown service if you ever get a puncture or a flat battery. We have fully equipped service vans to rescue you. Hi, I'm Robin Jordan and I invite you to call in and see the friendly team at Mobility for You, 269 Queen Street, Richmond, opposite the library.
Why would you want to pay as much as $1,000 for a single bed mattress when you can buy a high quality locally made mattress like this for as little as $220? And a queen size mattress could cost you in excess of $3,000, but at Nelson Beds you could have a mattress like this as low as $425. So why would you go out and spend a fortune on your child's bedroom when you can come to Nelson Beds and buy a complete single mattress and base set, a 7-drawer Scotch chest, a headboard and a 3-drawer bedside cabinet for as little as $979? So call and discuss our custom manufacturing options and local after sales service at Nelson Beds, Nelson's only bedding manufacturer.
It's New Zealand Music Month and our region's libraries are hosting performances by local musicians. Check out the City Council website for details. Nelson Public Libraries /New Zealand Music Month. Free social walk and buggy walk organised by Sport Tasman every Monday. Meet at Saxton Stadium Car Park, Stoke at 11 a.m. Everyone's welcome, not just the mums or buggies. On behalf of the team here at Mainland Television News, thank you for joining us and we'll bring you the latest news and events from around the region again tomorrow.
supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
Hi, I'm Paul Mainland and you're watching Ego TV, or something along those lines.
We're the team at JCar, right here in Nelson, 120 Hardy Street. Our shop is full of electronic items,
including security alarm systems, electronic components,
solar and power,
electronics, toys,
sound systems, cables, and much, much more. JCar.
120 Hardy Street, Nelson.
World War I was a defining period in our history, impacting greatly on the lives of people from the Nelson province. Memories of the First World War is an exhibition which will be displayed in a number of regional venues and is currently on at the Nelson Provincial Museum.
I'm Larry London from VOA Music Mix, bringing you news on the hour from around the world, plus music 24/7, from the latest hits to those classic favorites to jazz on Saturday mornings, plus much, much more. You can contact us by Googling Mainland TV or follow us on Facebook. Cheers from the team at Mainland Radio 1 and VOA Music Mix.
You can't touch this. Touch this.
Tune into Sunshine Radio, 87.8 and 107.5 FM.
The music hits so hard, can't touch this.
Christchurch's top 10 holiday park, situated on 5 hectares of beautiful park-like settings. Only 5 kilometres from Christchurch town centre. 10 minutes from Christchurch International Airport and minutes away from Northlands Mall and all its facilities, including a 24-hour supermarket. And just across the road is a great variety of restaurants to choose from. Christchurch Top 10 Holiday Park has been a family-owned business for over 40 years and a proud member of the Top 10 Holiday Park Group, New Zealand's premier holiday parks chain. Our Top 10 Holiday Park is world-renowned as a family park and provides a wide range of facilities such as a heated swimming pool, bike hire, free barbecues, a jumping pillow, trampolines, a family games and TV room, and wireless internet. Accommodation options cater for a wide variety to suit all needs, from tent and camper van sites to family, luxury and corporate motels. And to make life easy for wary travellers, we even have a drive-through camper van check-in. At our Top 10 Holiday Park, we even provide housing solutions for earthquake-damaged houses and help with insurance approval. Come visit the Christchurch Top 10 Holiday Park, one of New Zealand's premier holiday parks, and experience all that Canterbury and Christchurch have to offer, right on our doorstep. Christchurch's amazing Top 10 Holiday Park. Top experience, always.
Meadow Park, located on Cranford Street near the main North Road, Christchurch.
Why would you want to pay as much as $1,000 for a single bed mattress when you can buy a high quality locally made mattress like this for as little as $220? And a queen size mattress could cost you in excess of $3,000, but at Nelson Beds you could have a mattress like this as low as $425. So why would you go out and spend a fortune on your child's bedroom when you can come to Nelson Beds and buy a complete single mattress and base set, a 7-drawer Scotch chest, a headboard and a 3-drawer bedside cabinet for as little as $979? So call and discuss our custom manufacturing options and local after sales service at Nelson Beds, Nelson's only bedding manufacturer.
We're the team at JCar, right here in Nelson, 120 Hardy Street. Our shop is full of electronic items,
including security alarm systems, electronic components,
solar and power,
electronics, toys,
sound systems, cables, and much, much more. JCar.
120 Hardy Street, Nelson.
Hi there, Julian Toon, Waimea Telecommunications. We install and maintain domestic and commercial satellite TV, UHF Freeview and Mainland TV installations in the Nelson, Tasman regions. We specialise in Panasonic telephone systems and provide communications, Wi-Fi, IT and wiring for internet, fibre, computers and DSL systems. At Waimea Telecommunications, we also provide specialist electronic systems for features such as a security camera you can watch on your TV, visitor alert systems and much more. Improve your security and communication and entertainment today. Call us on Waimea Telecommunications on 021 472297, ytel.co.nz.